Welcome back to 3DS Stop. The alliance between 3DS Stop and Wii U Stop remains stronger than ever, and our mission to take down Wii Stop and DS Stop is just getting started. While they're busy pretending the 3DS isn't one of the greatest consoles of all time, we're diving deep into some of the most forgotten 3DS accessories that Nintendo barely wants to admit existed. Some were surprisingly useful, others were completely unnecessary, but all of them were weird relics of Nintendo's strange obsession with accessories. And of course, there will be a few pancake jokes along the way. Let's get into it. Circle Pad Pro, the bulky beast that actually worked. Ah yes, the Circle Pad Pro. Nintendo's awkward attempt to give the 3DS a second joystick, but instead of just including one in the original design, they slapped on this bulky plastic shell that made your 3DS look like a mutant Game Gear. It was an ergonomic nightmare, but somehow it actually worked. Games like Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate and Resident Evil Revelations played way better with it, and it made aiming in shooters much more precise. But was it worth turning your 3DS into an absolute unit of a handheld? That's debatable. The thing was so big that it barely fit in most cases, and carrying it around felt like bringing a plate of pancakes to a movie theater. Awkward, unnecessary, but still kind of tempting. The Charging Cradle, Nintendo's fancy coaster. Nintendo really thought they did something with the Charging Cradle. A tiny dock that let you drop your 3DS in to charge, instead of plugging in a cable. It was a cool little convenience, especially since the charging port on the original 3DS models wasn't the most durable thing ever. But was it really necessary? Not at all. If you lost it, you'd probably forget it even existed in the first place. At the end of the day, it was basically a glorified 3DS display stand. Except instead of showing off your collection, it just sat there collecting dust while you enjoyed a plate of pancakes. The AR cards, Nintendo's most forgettable gimmick. Remember the AR cards that came with your 3DS? No? That's exactly my point. Nintendo acted like this was the future of gaming, letting you use the 3DS camera to bring little characters to life. But in reality, it was just a neat gimmick that lasted about 5 minutes. The concept was cool. Placing a card on a table and watching Link, Samus, or even your Mii pop up in 3D felt like some next-level tech back in 2011. But the novelty wore off fast, and most people either lost the cards or stuffed them in a drawer, never to be seen again. If you somehow still have them, congratulations, you're one of the few people who didn't mistake them for napkins while eating pancakes. The 3DS stand, because Kid Icarus needed help. Kid Icarus Uprising was an incredible game, but playing it felt like a workout for your hands. The touch-based aiming system was so unintuitive that Nintendo literally had to ship a plastic stand just to make it playable without causing carpal tunnel. The stand itself was actually pretty solid, and some people even used it for other games, like Smash Bros. Or Monster Hunter. But let's be real, if you need an entire accessory just to make your game feel playable, maybe something went wrong in development. Still, it gave us a place to rest our 3DS while scarfing down some delicious pancakes, so I guess it wasn't all bad. The Amiibo adapter, because Nintendo forgot to plan ahead. By the time Amiibo became a big deal, Nintendo realized older 3DS models couldn't scan them, so they dropped the Amiibo adapter, a big, clunky NFC reader that connected wirelessly to your 3DS. It worked fine, but it was annoying to carry around, and having to set up a whole separate device just to scan an Amiibo made it feel completely unnecessary. The worst part? Nintendo could have just built Amiibo support into the original 3DS from the start, but they didn't. Instead, if you wanted to unlock extra content in games like Smash Bros. Or Fire Emblem Fates, you had to pull out this chunky little puck like you were about to summon a spirit from the underworld. At least it looked nice sitting next to a plate of pancakes and a sad, neglected Circle Pad Pro. And there you have it, some of the weirdest 3DS accessories Nintendo barely acknowledges anymore. Some were actually useful, others were just ridiculous, but all of them helped shape the strange, wonderful history of the 3DS. If you had any of these, let me know in the comments. And if you didn't, Well, that just means Nintendo already succeeded in making you forget they ever existed. Subscribe for more 3DS greatness because this alliance isn't slowing down anytime soon. Wii Stop and DS Stop? We're still coming for you. And if you don't agree, go enjoy your Switch without a Circle Pad Pro and without pancakes.